Classic Rock Beagle.
Welcome to the Annals of the Classic Rock Beagle. I'm Dobbs here with Moser. We review topics in music from the classic rock era. We'll start with this short tribute to classic rockers who passed away in 2022.
Blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Come on, hold on tight. Well, come on, hold on tight. Summon back the fire witch to the court of the crimson. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Blissfulness, togetherness, some fools fool and slip again.
Set me free, I want your pain. Head out my life, I want your pain.
To be created, once in her life, imposters all smile for his nostalgic death. Never coming.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's no use in crying, it's all over. But I know there'll always be another day. Well, my heart will rise up with the morning sun. And the hurt I feel.
Similarities between the Model D Mini Moog and the Mini Moog Voyager, which came out much later and represented a whole new.
I quit my job. Ain't got no money. Seems I have to leave this town. Problems in town are routine. A message to you, routine.
And ever will my love for you keep growing strong. Keep growing strong.
Today we're going to do a random reviews. In this concept we'll do
Been away.
do anything else. You mean our renegotiated contract? Let's read it. Here it is. There it is. Okay. When a song that is sung by Roderick David Stewart is played on the Classic Rock Beagle, the host has the option, though it says option, not a requirement, have both the Beagle and the reviewer bash their respective heads into a brick wall. Things you have to do to retire a routine. Seriously, that absolutely real brick wall is taking up too much of my storage space. Anyways, the last video before the end of the year, depending on whether a video I'm waiting on to review is released, will be your random reviews. Moser will pick a year from the classic rock era, which is from 1965 to 1999. I'll pick one of the categories over my right shoulder. I got the shoulder right this time. To tell what review we will do for the last Sunday of the year. And then Moser selects, the year I was born, 1969, my first Christmas. And I roll a 5, the 10, oh, it's going to be a great one, the 10 best songs on Billboard's Hot 100 last weekend of the year, 1969. December 27th, 1969. Around this point, I had taken up a new hobby of sucking my fingers. Yeah, I peaked early. The Soviet Union expelled Russian dissident Viktor Krasin for 5 years for being, quote, an antisocial parasite, end quote. The Liberal Democratic Party won the 1969 Japanese election, adding 11 seats to their majority, giving Eisaku Sato another term as Japanese Prime Minister. In sports, the upstart Milwaukee Bucks fell to 22-15 with a 112-110 overtime loss to the lowly Cincinnati Royals. Oscar Robertson led Cincy with 31 points, while Flynn Robinson led the Bucks with 42. On Tuesday nights, ABC held a slight lead with the Mod Squad at 7:30, the ABC Movie of the Week at 8:30, and Marcus Welby, MD, at 10. The number one movie in the U.S. was On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which featured George Lazenby in his first acting credit and close to his last. It was also Peter Hunt's directorial debut. The film was a commercial success, while the critics caught on that Lazenby is not Sean Connery. Next time you saw Bond, there was Connery and a new director. Led Zeppelin II topped the Billboard album charts, issuing in a new era for rock and roll. The number one song on the Hot 100 will be reviewed on this list. Right now, actually. One more time. Mary Wilson was the best singer in the Supremes and their prettiest member. Diana Ross was glamorous and sounded white, which both sold more records. Hence Diana Ross and the Supremes. How do you sleep at night, Berry Gordy? Comfortably, apparently. Anyways, Berry Gordy decided to launch a solo career for Diana Ross after a farewell album and a hit single. That song lands number 10 on our list. The last appearance was on the 14th of January 1970. Unlike most classic Motown artists, I'm only fairly positive on the Supremes. But at times they were in the receiving end of a great song. This was a fitting finale for the group. They would be together again in 1983. Coven was a one-hit wonder with this song. so were the original cast. Todd?
But when your one hit was covering someone else's one hit, you've taken the lameness of being a one-hit wonder and multiplied it exponentially.
For the record, the original cast had the original version. A quick personal story. When I first saw this cartoon on Todd's review of Coven's version, it bugged me to no end because I had seen it when I was little. Where could I have seen it? It must have been in an interstitial during Saturday morning cartoons. Anyways, the original cast were a folk group from Calgary built around guitarist and primary songwriter Bruce Innes and his wife, lead singer Dixie Lee. One tin soldier uses allegory to proclaim a message of peace. Hippie music often preached at old people, but it was effective here. Janice, either you love her or you hate her. Well, obviously, not many people are just okay about her. Here at the Classic Rock Beagle, we bravely straddle the fence. We officially kind of like her. We present our favorite Janis Joplin song either with Big Brother and the Holding Company or a solo. Cosmic Blues was Janis's first solo single, which reached 41. Her biggest hit while she was alive, except for Piece of My Heart. There are 2 points of contrast that I love about the song. The first was the builds in intensity during the verse. This you can get from several of her songs. The shift from A minor to A major for the chorus.
You shine out like a shaft of gold when all around is dark.
Exchange gold for light. Look at the legends that didn't make this list. Led Zeppelin didn't make the list, but Steppenwolf did? Steppenwolf is a band that I've been critical of on the Classic Rock Beagle. But they made number 7 with a 9.5-minute song. That's almost 10 minutes of a band I don't like to listen to. But Monster slides into the excellent category. First of all, it's not just being long for the sake of long. Ahem. There are well-paced movements that lead to the bright chorus. The prog nerd in me approves. Second, as much as hippie preachiness gets old, I can dig it when they eloquently state their case. Monster was expressed very well. You should have seen this coming. In our very first episode, I mentioned 3 very unhip groups that I like. 5D was number 1 on our Guilty Pleasures episode. They were in our Rehab Bands episode. And Marilyn McCoo was named as one of our loveliest pop divas, beating out Annette Funicello and Britney Spears. Wedding Bell Blues has a gorgeous melody showcasing the main asset from Dimensio Quinta, Marilyn's velvet voice. Now, this was a cover of a 1966 song by Laura Nyro. Unbeknownst to Laura, it was written for Marilyn, down to about marrying some guy named Bill. For those who don't know, Marilyn married Billy Davis from the group, and they're still married to this day. Putting Neil Diamond at number 5 may have caused me a spot of trouble. Stand, different.
Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah. But
The band.
not by much. But let me in. It's cold out here.
Joe Cocker.
But honey, it's it's cold out here.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, my wife hates Neil Diamond with a passion. I usually agree. He's very limited vocally, and his songs tend to be boring. But he has had a few great songs. 8 to 10 exceptions exist, with nothing worthwhile after Longfellow's Serenade. Holly Holy is one of those exceptions. If I were to break down the 5 elements of music, the money grade would go to the form. The movements in the song are luscious. And as sweet as the melody is, there is a bit of a bite in the song, in the walk-up between the lines of the verse. All this makes it interesting. Embarrassing as his last 20 years or so were, let us remember that Michael Jackson was one hell of a performer. This kid had genuine swag at 10. Anyways, this unknown family from Gary, Indiana picked up traction in the late 60s in the Chitlin circuit. Don't at me. It was the name of a network of venues aimed at African Americans, same as the Borscht Belt was for Jews at the time. It was name checked as early as 1917, but I digress. The Jacksons graduated from local stars to national ones when they signed on to Motown in 1968. I Want You Back was the first of 4 consecutive #1 singles. 1970 was the year of the Jackson 5. Understatement of the year. The United States may not always be the bastion of cultural refinement. To support this, let me point out that a great band like the Hollies had 18 top 10 hits in England. More than the Kinks, Blur, more even than Bobby Bittman.
Up, down, and now as we drown, I believe that my act will go on.
In the US, they only had 6 top 10 hits. Less than Casey and the Sunshine Band. Less than Bryan Adams, and about 1/6 those of Drake. Rule Britannia. This was an easy interest on both lists, climbing to number 3 on the OCC and number 7 in the RIAA. This makes sense as it has a great melody and a great message of brotherhood from dying lyricist Bob Russell. The 60s were the decade of double singles, which complicates my job a bit. The legendary album Abbey Road was released on the 26th of September 1969. Most of the album was fantastic. Most, not all. Ahem.
Bang, Maxwell Silverhammer came down upon her.
Anyways, they released only 1 single from the album, a double single of 2 of their most iconic songs, Something and Come Together. Something was one of George's greatest songs. Hold on, double single. This is cheating. I can't believe that they would...
Why are you so hysterical?
While George's song would become more beloved, John's song would become more influential. I like Something more than Come Together. While Come Together isn't the best song in the Beatles catalog, I love what Dave Grohl said about the song.
And just, I mean, honestly, if you're a drummer and you can do this and have people dancing, you're a fucking badass.
Preach. Creedence Clearwater Revival are the all-time legends of the interband fight. Seriously, Creedence puts Noel and Liam Gallagher to shame, but I digress. In episode 57, we said that artists should take their time making new material. Artists who take their time between albums tend to excel, while bands that pound out album after album tend to suck. What happens when a band puts out 6 great albums in 28 months? They want to kill each other, apparently. The 4th of those albums was Willie and the Poor Boys. The title track is a John Fogerty fantasy about stepping away from the band. The other track in this double single is one of the greatest angry anthems of all time. So that was the 10 best songs on Billboard's charts last week of 1969. I'll put the first episode of 2023 up for a vote. or second video, depending on when a video I'm waiting to react to comes out. So you get to choose what I'll do for the first or second video of the year. Installment number 5 of 12, using the credits to pay tribute to my recently deceased hero, will come from my album The Songbird, which I recorded in 2017. This time a cover of a song she released in 1969 as Christine Perfect will be appropriately randomized instrument choices. Really, if you like this video, please smash the thumbs up below. If you want to see more of the Beagle, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of his coming. And if you think I'm completely full of shit, don't encourage him, then tell me below. Happy New Year's from the CRB, and as always, rock on.
Just you wait and see. I can't get over this longing, feeling of belonging. I'll be coming home again. Just you wait and see. I'll be kissing you again. Just you wait and see. I'll be kissing you again. Just you wait and see. I can't get over this longing, feeling of belonging. I'll be kissing you again. Just you wait and see. I'll be loving you again. Just you wait and see. I'll be loving you again. Just